What would you say was the most trying time during my transition into entrepreneurship?
I would say the most trying time would be, I guess, the journey of you figuring out your niche. I did not enjoy knowing that you were on shoots doing certain types of videos that we weren't really about at the time.
What is it like being married to a videographer? On this episode, you're going to learn what it's like being the wife of a videographer. And today I have the privilege of having my lovely, beautiful wife on set with me for this podcast episode, Latoya Hilton. Honey, thank you so much for sharing your time and doing what I know makes you feel uncomfortable, which is being on camera.
Yes.
But thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, babe.
And let's start off with this question. What is it like being married to a videographer?
It's intense most of the time. And I say intense because it's always something different going on, always something new. It's also fun, you know? I get to learn new and creative ways to earn income. But yeah, intense and fun at the same time.
When you say intense, what do you mean?
I mean, like there's always something going on. Like today you're filming this, then we're doing this today. And sometimes it can be different types of things.
No, I got you.
And those things are like editing. It's like an all day thing. So it's like, sometimes I don't even see you other than in the morning.
Yeah.
So it could feel intense.
No, I got you. What would you like to change about that intensity?
Time. I'd like more time.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I get why the time isn't there. We have bills to pay, so we have to work. But if I could change anything, it would be the amount of time it takes. Like videographers, I consider them very hard workers, seeing it from you, of course.
Yeah.
The filming, the editing, even sometimes the shooting. It's a lot. Mm-hmm.
I got you. What do you like about me being a videographer?
I like the flexibility of it. I consider it to be a flexible job. You can kind of make your own schedule. I like that it's not, I think that's what I like the most about it, that it can be changed. It can be manipulated to fit our needs.
No, I got you. I totally agree. I think that's one of my favorite parts too, is the fact that there is a lot of freedom of schedule. There are aspects of it that do take a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
What is something else that you like about it? How do you feel about the pay of a videographer compared to like an average job?
I mean, the pay is great. I consider the pay really good. But me personally, I enjoy spending time with my husband, our family. So to me, the pay is like, the pay is good, but the time you can't get back. So
That's right.
that's how I look at it sometimes. I would say that another one of the things that I like about videography is that you know, can teach the kids some of it,
Yeah,
and they enjoy it.
they do, don't
They
they?
genuinely enjoy going on shoots with you, watching you, learning from you. So I like that because, I mean, before you, I don't even think I've ever thought about being an entrepreneur.
No, that's dope. I think it's I enjoy that too, babe. I enjoy bringing them with me to go on a shoot, you know, because it just introduces them to my world. And like you said, there's times where it's hard to spend time with each other. And that is when I get to spend that time. You know, us having 3 kids, it's hard to get one-on-one time within our household,
Yeah,
like intentional one-on-one time, especially for me and you at times. Like even
definitely.
sitting down here to do this podcast, like it's hard to get one-on-one time sometimes.
Yeah.
But when I take them out with me and they get to go with me on a shoot and help me do things, it's like I wish growing up for me, I wish I had that time to spend with my mom or my dad because my parents worked. Like my dad worked 6 days a week, my mom worked 5 days a week, and there was no way I was going to be able to go to work with them,
Same.
you
Yeah.
know? So I really enjoy that piece. I do enjoy that piece. I would really enjoy to get you to come on more shoots with me. But I know with our situation, it can be difficult not having somebody to watch the kids, you know?
Yeah. It can be rough. And
So I'm asked all the time how I'm able to achieve a great image, great sound, and great colors. So I wanted to provide you guys with a document that would allow you to produce the same quality within your own productions. So if you check out in the description below, there's a link to my complete gear list where you'll be able to find the same equipment that I'm using to achieve the look and the sound and produce that within your own production. Check out the link in the description below and download my gear list today. How do you think the kids feel about being on shoots with me?
they love it.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it. I remember Malik's first shoot, how excited he was. He was like, I'm going on a shoot with dad. Like, don't talk to me. You know, he was so cute. And he was so excited. I mean, each of them, every single time, have been excited, I can tell. Especially even Jayla, our oldest Jayla, she loves doing things by herself. She doesn't get much time to do that either. So she enjoyed it a lot. And she was talking to me about it when she got back home. So,
Yeah,
yeah, they love it. The kids love it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's really cool. I enjoy spending time with them. I enjoy them being around, and it kind of gives an opportunity of. I don't think most kids really get to see. They don't get to see how their parents. I don't know what's going on out there, but I don't think most kids get to see how their parents earn money for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think also them seeing a different way to make a living is very important because can you think of anyone growing up that was an entrepreneur doing something other than nursing or I don't know.
No. I didn't grow up around any entrepreneurs in my family
Like artistic.
or artistic individuals in my family. The closest that I had to an entrepreneur in my family was, I would say it was my dad. He wasn't an entrepreneur, but in a sense he was. He used to drive a dollar van in New York, and it was his van. So it wasn't like he was working for a company. It was illegal at the time, right? But that's like what he did to make money, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or he would do like side jobs and stuff like that. So in a sense, he was like a contractor. He didn't actually have like his own business, but he did do like, side work. So I guess you can say I was kind of around it, but not to the extent of like sales and marketing and investments, teaching, like, I wasn't around it that much. Like, I tried now with the kids, what I try to do is what I'm learning is bring that insight to them too, so that they will have an understanding of it at a young age,
Yeah.
right? And that's the piece that I would say I was missing growing up. Like, I saw that my dad would do side jobs and stuff like that, and it wasn't for the company that he was working for, but actually the insights on how he got the job, or how to act on a job, or things of that nature. Like, I really didn't get that piece of it, like the business side of things, you know?
Yeah. I think even for me, my dad, he was a painter. I mean, he worked for a company, a big company. I forget the name of it, but aside from painting, we would see him do like, help a family or friend with painting their home or fixing stuff in their home, like handyman jobs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he was doing his business solely just his business. So it was kind of like, I think most Jamaican people can do like a whole bunch of things
Yeah.
just because of the way they grew up. I love that the kids are able to see a different way of, making income through entrepreneurship.
Yeah, no, I do too. I do too. What would you say was like the most trying time during my transition into entrepreneurship for you? What was the most trying time for you during the transition into entrepreneurship?
I would say the most trying time would be, I guess, the journey of you figuring out your niche. I did not enjoy knowing that you were on shoots doing certain types of videos that we weren't really about at the time.
Yeah.
I think that was the most trying time because I was like, I felt almost convicted in a
Yeah.
way because it was like we were contributing to this horrible message.
Yeah.
And I think that was trying for me and probably for you. And also when we had, with the videos came with the music, and then having recording music with people at our home, that was the most trying time for sure.
I got you.
Yeah, that was definitely the worst.
Yeah, I think during that time, what happens, my state of mind during that time, I would say it was like I was enjoying the fact that I was able to do what I love to do.
I get
Like, the
that.
opportunity was there to do what I love to do,
Right.
and to get paid
And the
for
money.
and to
Yeah.
get paid for doing what I love to do. But at the same time, knowing like this ain't it, you know?
Yeah, it was difficult.
What advice would you give to a wife of someone that is a videographer that is pursuing their journey full time? What advice would you give to someone else? A woman that is married to a guy that is pursuing his dream as a videographer, and he's just getting started.
My advice would be to pray, definitely pray about, your husband, his walk, your role. Be supportive and, prayer for sure, because I feel like during that time I did pray a lot, and I think that's why I felt the way I felt about everything. And I remember saying things sometimes, and maybe it landed, maybe it didn't, but I would say pray, be encouraging, don't be afraid to speak your mind if you feel strongly about something,
Yeah.
just, talk it out. I would say definitely talk it out and pray. So,
One thing I gotta give big kudos to you, babe, is throughout this whole process, you did voice your opinion on certain things, like certain shoots that I would have, and you were right, and you were supportive throughout this whole journey of figuring things out. You know what I mean? Like, you were supportive in the fact of saying, okay, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean,
And believing in me that I could do it, you know?
yes.
Yeah, and I would say that's like, I think anyone that is pursuing entrepreneurship, especially as a videographer, and if you are married and have a family, the biggest thing from my perspective that I would say that I need is that just that support. Is support. And I love the way I get that from you, from the kids. Like, I come home from a shoot, everybody's like, hey, Dad, do you need help with anything? You know? Or when I'm on a shoot, how can I help? And it's like, there's nothing like having people around you that actually love you, care for you, support you, and help you figure things out, you know? Because I feel like entrepreneurship is, it's a journey. It's a journey. It's not like oh, I got everything figured out now. You figure things out, and then there's new opportunities that come up along the way, and you have to figure things out again. You know what I mean? It's like this growth. It's like a constant figuring out, refining. Okay, I got this system in place, and then the next thing comes, and it's like, oh wow,
Yeah.
we got to figure this out too. You know?
Yeah, that's where the intent part comes in. Because it can feel like a roller coaster. Like, okay, and then there's this, and there's always something else. But overall, it's all good, in my opinion. Good
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
Hey, are you a beginner videographer looking to turn your passion into a thriving business? I want you to join me for an exclusive collaboration call designed specifically for newcomers like you who are ready to make a mark in the world of videography. Whether you're struggling with technical skills, marketing your services, or simply looking for direction, this call is your first step towards a successful career. Click the link in the description below to reserve your spot on our next collaboration call and start your journey to success today. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon.
Bless yourself.
Yeah, I think it's been a great experience. I think our marriage, when it comes to like video and pursuing this as a full-time career and having a business and running it, it's a big part of like how we survive. But our marriage is, and our family is just based on so much more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say advice that I would give to a videographer that is pursuing their business full time, has left their 9 to 5. I would say the best advice that I would give them is to try to get their family involved somehow or some way. Because one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. You can't do everything by yourself. Even just to get thoughts out sometimes, I like incorporate the
Yes.
family and say, hey guys, this is the direction that we want to go. And I just start asking questions to even like creating offers or finding out ways to reach new customers. Like, we'll make it like a family meeting. I'll
Yes.
make it a family meeting, try to get the minds all together.
Yeah.
And it helps me to talk things through. It also helps to let the whole team know like the direction that we're going, to get everybody's input. And it helps to keep everybody informed with what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the kids feel like they're included in dad's work. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they love that.
Yeah, I think that's really what everybody wants to be is like, included, be heard.
Yeah.
What is one thing that I can improve on that would help us in this whole career shift in business opportunity? That would help our marriage, help our family, that involves videography? Like, what is one area of weakness that you feel if I could tighten this up, it would benefit everybody
I
as a
think it
whole?
would be time management.
Time management?
Yeah, which is, easier said than done. But time management, like having a time or a schedule for everything.
Yeah.
I think as well, just from an outsider looking in, entrepreneurs, you can work and work and work and work and work, and it can go on forever
Yeah.
if I allow it. I mean, to the point where it's like I'm up here bringing you meals because you just can't leave the space because you're busy. And I get it, but I would just say time management. That would be the only thing I would change.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I think we're getting to that place. Like, I can see that place because the plan is in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just execution at the right time. But I can definitely see that place, and I know how to get
To
to
get
that
there.
place to open up our time.
Yep. I'm going to be patient.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was telling you the other day that I don't think I will ever stop working.
Yes, which is wild to me.
Well, what I mean is, like, I don't see myself ever retiring. Like, I think most entrepreneurs, I hope most entrepreneurs have that mindset. Like, I cannot see myself ever saying I'm retired. Like, I will always be working on something.
Do you mean that in like let's say money is not you're not working for money anymore.
Yeah.
Is it just because you want to always be your mind going, learning? Is that what you mean when you see you're never going to stop working?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's money. It's not money at all. It's just like, yo, there's always something to be done. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the next mountain to climb? What's the next, you know what I mean?
I guess that's where we're opposites because I can definitely see myself retiring, like even if it's just for a month.
Yeah, I could take a long vacation, but I bet even on a vacation, like, I'm still gonna be thinking.
Yeah,
like,
we've been on vacations where
Yeah.
you're like, oh, and all the camera stuff is coming. I'm like, why is the camera stuff coming? Why do you need a camera? And it's not to get anything of us.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a doer. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
hard to not do anything. Even when I wasn't an entrepreneur, even when I wasn't shooting video full time, working my 9 to 5, I was just a doer. Like, I would try to I would just try to fix whatever problem was going on,
Yeah.
and be like, look, we did it.
Yes. You've always been that way.
Yeah, you have any questions for me, babe? Anything?
What is it like being married to someone who is not a creative, necessarily into the same things that you're into?
I would say I think it's a good thing because it provides balance. Like, if we were both like so work driven and entrepreneurial driven, like, I feel like the kids wouldn't get the attention that you're able to give them now.
Yeah.
Like, you homeschooling the girls, being the teacher for the girls, being the teacher for Malik. It's like, if we both were like so entrepreneur all the time, I don't think they would get the attention that they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
I
mother's
agree.
love. And I feel like you're a great mom. Like you're good at loving our children.
Oh, thanks,
And they
babe.
need that. And I'm great at loving our children too. Not saying I'm not, but I feel that's how I feel about being married to you, knowing that you're not as like driven from an entrepreneurial standpoint or even a creative. But I also feel like I do at times wish that you were more of a creative, or I I I need to do I would say this, I need to do a better job of collaborating with you on creative things that I'm doing, because I think the more I introduce you to certain things, or the more I delegate, I don't know if delegate is the right word.
Delegate creative things to me.
Yeah, you would enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is cool. I like this. If I were to delegate, like, hey, I want you to edit this video, right? And show
Yeah,
you how to edit it, I think you would be like, yeah.
I think I would be interested in learning that. There's some things that I am interested in, like editing and editing videos and photos, and I don't know. But the camera itself, I'm not so sure.
Okay, so what is it that you don't like about operating a camera?
Well, number one, it's heavy. Okay. So, it is heavy and it's way too heavy for me. And two, I guess I could learn what every single little thing means.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just intimidating because it's just like, oh man, it's a lot to these cameras.
I got you. I'm not the easiest teacher at times.
Yeah, and you're like so rough. Like, just like, I can tell when you're like at your wit's end and not patient at all. And then you start talking to me like stern. And I'm just like, oh, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I could do a better job of I guess you could say being patient with you. I think sometimes that is the hardest thing for me to do when it comes to like and I don't know why, but when it comes to even my kids sometimes or my family, maybe it's because I'm so passionate about this thing, and then when I try to show or teach, it's like the same excitement or enthusiasm or passion isn't there.
Well, everyone's not like you, Jay.
Yeah.
Everyone, before you, I mean, would I have even looked at a camera? Probably not. Never in my mind have I ever been like, let's be not even in front of the camera.
Is this the longest that you've been on
Even
camera?
this is kind of, but I think I'm more of like a behind the scenes person. Like I can, learn the editing and all those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that is it for today's episode. I want to thank you again, babe, for taking the time to sit with me.
You're welcome.
I know hopefully it's not the last time.
Maybe.
If it is, I'll cherish it forever in my heart.
Aw.
Thanks so much, guys, for tuning into the Good Look Podcast. Peace.